what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
I'm with the band. Music and interviews you're going to like.
Hey guys, welcome to I'm with the Band, a program of the Mesh Podcasting Network. My name is Abigail. You probably may or may not recognize me from my very tiny cameos in a few other Mesh shows. I kind of keep it low-key. I only ever sort of speak up when there's an awkward pause or something like that. So today I'm putting on my big girl pants and I'm sort of taking over. I'm with the band today. So I am super, super excited because I have a band here with me called Bandits on the Run. And I'm really excited to hang out with them. So, how's it going?
Good.
It's going great.
Y'all feeling good today?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You're in the spirit of the Bandits, taking it over.
Good, yeah, taking
We're all
it
putting
over.
our pants on and showing up.
Taking over.
Taking over.
Taking over. So, I just want to, first of all, super excited because Sydney Shepherd has been on our show a few years ago, right?
A while ago,
It's been a while.
Like maybe 3 years ago.
And so that was that was like your first sort of solo thing that you were doing, right?
Yeah.
So it's super exciting to have her back here. And now they are all living in Brooklyn, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn. And so
You got the local pronunciation.
yeah.
It's a very people think
I've been
Brooklyn
working on
accent is what you see in the movies. It's not. It's actually more like this Brooklyn.
Well, so first, I just want to let you guys introduce each of yourselves. Tell me what part you play in the Bandits, and even don't you guys have little
Alter ego.
Alter egos?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
we
so
do.
I'll start with you.
See, I got it too.
See, I know,
We'll
it's a bug.
introduce ourselves. So my name is Regina Strayhorn, and in the band I play Clarissa, the clairvoyant, who is a aficionado of the tambourine, the shaky banana, and the xylophone.
Awesome.
Very, very important instruments.
Very important instruments, indeed.
Especially the
Integral.
shaky banana.
Shaky banana. I mean, our sound would not be what it is today without the shaky banana.
This is true. My name is Sydney Shepherd, and I am from Hickory, North Carolina. And in the Bandits, I play Bonanza Jellyfish. She's sort of the strong, silent type. And I play cello and sing. All of us sing. But
Awesome.
And I'm Adrian Ensko. I'm the only non-North Carolinian in the group. I'm from upstate New York.
You can tell because you said non-North
North Carolinian.
Carolinian. It's not North Carolinian. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's, you can tell
Faux
So
pas.
hot.
Gosh.
Party foul.
Oh, no.
But in my bandit side life, I am Roy Dodger. I'm the resident lady killer and guitarist.
Awesome. Okay, so I think it's really, really interesting, and interesting is, such a wide sort of word you could use for anything. But so, for lack of a better word, the most unique and interesting thing that I have seen here. And so, a few days ago, I got to see you guys play at American Honor Ale House. Shout out. And the experience that you guys create is so full of life. So can you just tell me how you came together to sort of create this experience? And you can even, I really want to know also how you guys found each other too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
Totally. Well, it's an interesting story how we three got together. Sydney and I went to NCSA for high school and college, but we met in high school.
North Carolina School of the Arts, for those of you who don't know. It's surprising how many people don't know.
It's true.
What that means.
Yeah, that is true. And we were in the same class and instantly became friends, and we were neighbors, and have been tight ever since.
And we were drama majors. So I moved to New York, and I was doing a play, and I met Adrian one fateful night in the subway on the trains. He was actually busking, which is also like a term that's sort of like a lot of people don't know what it. I didn't know what that word was.
Yeah, what is busking?
I said, "Do you busk?" And she said, "What?" It's playing music on the subway or in the street.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
I mean, but it can be playing music. It can be juggling, like any sort of like performance for donations on the street or
It
a
comes
subway or a
from
public place.
Spanish, actually. It's buscar.
Buscar, yeah.
It's just
Okay.
to look for.
Yes.
So you're like looking for money.
No, that's not what we're
Looking for a human
for.
connection.
Yeah, there we go.
She's got it.
And if you get money, that's great too.
Right.
Awesome.
But that's how we met, and
And then when I moved to New York, I moved in with Sydney. And then Sydney and Adrian were always there jamming, and so I joined in. And then all of a sudden, Adrian one day was like, "Hey, let's do this in the subway." And me,
were
me and Sydney were like,
"No,
it's so scary." He was like, "Come on, I know you can do it."
Not busking.
You're not busking? No. What does that word even mean?
Little did Regina know I was actually planning this for a while. Before,
long time.
Before I like tied them up and took them into the subway. I didn't really tie them up.
That really goes along with your
Yeah.
overall sort of theme, though.
No, totally.
Beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, that was kind of the idea behind it. I was like, everybody, I've seen a lot of people play music on the subway, but I've never seen Bandits do some kind of crazy hold-up on the subway involving music. So it sounded like a good idea.
And it was.
Yeah,
I think it's working out so far.
It sort of naturally like became a thing that we did. We were never sort of like, let's make a band, but like we all sort of had like this kind of not a hole in our lives, but sort of like a like we wanted to fill this part of our like because we're all performers, but we're also creators, and we wanted to have something that
Definitely.
like we could all like create together, and it's sort of evolved into something that has fit all of our needs individually as artists. So.
Yeah, if you
awesome.
ask us the moment where we like knew we were a band, like none of us can point
really
to a moment.
pin it down.
And we've
Right.
been trying to trying to think about it, especially as we've been doing more interviews and like being on the radio and sort of reaching more people. We're trying to sort of clarify our own story. And that it's just a big mystery. Like I feel like all of a sudden we turned around and we were Bandits on the Run for a couple months, and we're like, oh my god, wow, we're
Yeah.
real.
It just adds the whole mystical thing that you guys have, the whole mystical sort of aura that you guys have as a band together. You're welcome.
Ooh, I like that.
I also, so that brings me to, could you sort of explain your genre? I've heard it explained a lot of different ways and a lot of sort of things all together. So, yeah, help me understand, or help the listeners understand sort of what kind of thing that you play.
Sure.
So I think the simplest way is just to say our instrumentation, which is cello, rhythm guitar, and intense 3-part harmony throughout.
Got it?
We all take turns writing, and we all our influences are a little bit different, but it all is very kind of simple and minimalistic in that way, and a little bit old-timey because it's all acoustic and uses 3-part harmony.
And we all sort of like take turns being the front man for whatever sort of song we're doing. And like Adrian said, we all have different influences, so it's sort of hard to like pin it down, but there will be a couple of songs that sound pretty Americana and like folky, and then there will be other songs that like are almost like hip hop ish, like one of our songs, and a little bit more like old school rock and roll, or like a little more Velvet Underground influence. Like we don't really try. We haven't tried to say we are this kind of band because I
Great.
think we're still exploring our sound. But it's also like kind of fun because. But it's always an awkward question because they're like, "What genre are you?" And we're like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
We're
everything.
We're definitely not a metal band. And
we're not a metal band. We're
Although
not
we've told people
a
before
gangster
that
rap band.
that we were.
and they believed
They
we,
believed us.
We had a Halloween. April Fool's joke on Instagram. We put up a picture of Eminem, and we're like, everybody, we're so excited. We're going to move to Detroit. We just got signed by
Shady
Records, and we're going to completely change our sound. We have a lot of work to do to become gangster rap group, but we're so excited. And we got so many congratulations.
We got so many congratulations, and then like our friend, I think it was Vanessa. She was like, this is amazing, but please don't change your sound. It was just like,
We're like, Vanessa, it's a joke. Sweet Vanessa, we love you.
What a positive, a bunch of, I don't know, like pushing. I think it's so, I mean, so many people you can tell that so many people would be on your side.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's a joke, but, you know. So I think we're going to go ahead and let you guys play a song. You want to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so tell me the first name of the song that you're going to play.
So this first one is called Sweet Thing, and it's on our EP, and it's one of the first songs that we created together, so it's a very special song.
Keeps me calling. Oh, I've got you under my skin. Da 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 da. I thought you'd want to come in, but maybe you don't. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. Maybe you do.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
One of my favorites. So I really want to talk about some of the things that you guys do in Brooklyn, where you're from, or where you are now. I've heard you kind of sort of mention before in passing that, you know, we're sort of a nomadic sort of. Yeah, tell me how life is like
Sure.
in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn is amazing. I ran out of steam there. Brooklyn's amazing. Help me out,
is
Bandits.
all
Help me out.
over the place.
Yeah.
Brooklyn's actually the fourth largest city in the United States. without the rest of the boroughs of Manhattan, Queens, the Bronx.
There are more people in Brooklyn than Manhattan?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the
Crazy.
biggest borough in New York.
Yeah. It's also huge.
It's huge. Like, I think
geographically,
maybe people think it's smaller than it is, but it's absolutely ginormous.
So we kind of coalesce around the northern part, which is like has seen this huge boom in an artistic community in the last 20 years.
Awesome.
Like about 15 years ago in the neighborhood that we're in right now, it probably would have been pretty dangerous to like ride the subway and be out on the streets. It was just like a big industrial area, all these warehouses and stuff.
Yeah, when we tell people that like we live in Bushwick, a lot of people who were in New York in like the 90s are like, what? Like how?
They're like, you must be tough. And we're like, oh, you haven't.
There's actually
in a while.
there's a rapper in the track "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster," I believe, called Bushwick Bill. He's a little person, but he was like super hardcore gangsta.
Yeah.
He sounds like a little person.
Yeah.
Little Bushwick Bill.
Bushwick Bill.
Yeah.
Look him up. It's pretty interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, now it's all just a bunch of hipsters. Like
Bunch of hipsters.
Yeah,
It's transforming very quickly.
And with the good and the bad that comes with that. Because like
absolutely.
sometimes you sort of roll your eyes in like the neighborhood that we're around because there are people that are just like, who are you? Like what are you wearing? What?
Brooklyn Girls?
Oh yeah, there's this horrible.
I saw that.
Some
I
of
know
it was
exactly
filmed
what you're
outside of
talking
our
about.
house.
And what our friend's van
was in
is
it.
featured like prominently in that, and
we're like, that's Chris's van.
He's like
What is
this.
it?
He's this like we love him. He's amazing. He's this.
Hi, Chris.
He's
You're-
this
you're
like
listening.
hi Chris. He's this. How would you describe his sound? He's like one of those like old school, just like rock and roll, like not Bruce Springsteen, but like maybe kind of yeah.
But how do you?
But he's like he has a motorcycle garage. Like he's very like genuine, sort of like.
Just like salt of the earth, like
Salt of the earth kind of guy.
the zen of motorcycle maintenance.
And then he
sort of.
sees his van in this music video, and he was just freaking out about it.
That's my van. They didn't ask me to use my van.
Yeah.
That's the side of Bushwick that we go, oh god.
Yeah,
But then also, Chris lives there, and he's wonderful.
yeah, and there are a
He
lot
has a
of
motorcycle garage on the side of our apartment building. That
Yeah.
it's like kind of illegal, like,
but nobody cares.
But nobody really cares because it's that kind of neighborhood.
But anyway, it's this like this transformative spirit of the area, and that is in a lot of places in Brooklyn that has really fed us artistically, like to be surprising, to bring something new.
And the community is really interested in stuff like that. It's a
Yeah.
lot of young artists and a lot of like students and young professionals who, are like interested in the sort of things that we do, and they are all creating their own sort of, trying to carve out their own niche and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's a cool like community to be a part of.
And it's what's really fun is just, as we've been developing, this may be sort of a selfish thing to say, but it's really fun. We're getting recognized all the time. Like we'll be walking around just like individually, like going, I don't know, to a store, and people will be like, "Hey, are you a bandit on the run?" Yeah. Like I was on the subway. I was on the 4 train, and I sat across the street from across the aisle from this guy, and he was like, "Wait a second, I was just watching you on my phone," which sounded creepy. But then he explained. He said that him and his girlfriend took a video of us when we were busking, and he was like, "You guys are great. I just want to say thank you." So it's really fun.
I was just watching you on my phone.
Yeah, it was a
No
moment
big
I was like,
deal.
and I was alone, so I was like,
Okay.
No, but
Slightly creepy.
it definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, like that was kind of a joke when we started. That we wanted the goal of these alter egos was to become infamous throughout the land as criminals, whimsical criminals. And it's weird.
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
It's coming true.
That's great.
And it is kind of, it's what we're trying to do is gain recognition as a band,
Right.
and as people. So I mean, it's like parallel to to the joke, but it's all really interesting how it's kind of a tiny community that there are certain characters that you just know, like in the neighborhood. I guess it's like that everywhere, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are some weirdos
Yeah, for sure.
like us.
Yeah.
There are some weirdos everywhere too.
Yeah.
I want to know when you guys went from. Are you still busking all the time?
We try. We do. We busk a lot.
We
Lately,
definitely consider it our like soul, our base.
Yeah, but I mean, recently, especially in the past few months, we haven't been doing it as much because we've sort of shifted our focus to playing in more music venues, and we've been working on a Kickstarter video for our debut album to make, like, we have an EP right now, but we want to make like a full-length album with like all the bells and whistles and multi-tracking, all of that stuff. So we've been really focusing hard on our Kickstarter, which will be out at the end of October, so that's exciting.
Awesome.
But as
we've
far
done a
as
little bit of busking on,
but we've
on
done
this tour. Actually.
Yeah, we went to Asheville actually, and we
great.
didn't end up booking. We didn't book a show there, but like one of our best friends lives there, so we went to go see her, and she was teaching all day, so we're just like, let's go play on the train, not the train. There's no train. Play on the street, and we were like playing on the street, and actually this woman. You're the second Abby that's interviewed us this week.
Oh my god!
Actually, this woman called Abby the Spoon Woman came up to us, and she was like probably in her 50s. She had like all these tats. Like, she was a really interesting looking person. And
It's
she
me
was
in
like,
the future.
I know, right? Yeah, it is. But she was like, "You guys want to be on the radio at 5 o'clock today?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure." So we love keeping things open for new experiences.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely one of the things that busking kind of taught us was that
You have to stay open.
Yeah, you have to. Sometimes it's pretty scary to like go in front of a crowd that you don't know who's going to be there.
Definitely.
And there's
what it's
really
gonna
no
be like.
barrier. Like, it's different than like playing a show like at music venues, which we've done, which, there's a bit of a, I don't know, like a structure to that where like they are over there and you're right here, and
Yeah, but that weirds me out now. Like, I don't.
sometimes, I don't know.
I
like
when
it. I like
people
playing
are
with
right in
venues.
our face and like are able to like come and go. People have just come up and jammed with us before.
Yeah, we've had like
busking.
saxophone players, trombone players, recorder players, like all sorts of people
Guitarists.
Stopping
like,
by.
to play with us, and
people slow dancing on the subway platform or
nice.
tango dancing like around us. Or there's a beatboxer that came up and
Oh, yeah, that
rocked
was
to our to our music.
That's like the mini version of what I want life to be.
Yeah.
right?
You know? Just
Yeah.
completely. The whole world. I want the whole world to turn into that little
A
open
carnival of
bubble.
dreams.
Yes. I think that's attainable. Maybe
Yeah.
one day. So let's hear another song.
Great.
So-
This song is called Heart of Silence.
Okay.
And it's also on our EP that's available online, on the line.
On the line.
On the line, ladies and gentlemen.
So here's Bandits on the Run with Heart of Silence.
State of mind.
Leave me a moment, let me catch my breath. Give me a chance to think upon these dance of death. Your drum's been busy beating over time.
Staggering home blind.
You've been aching and shaking and breaking alone for far too long a time. You've been kept to yourself in your cage of bones, sequestering all of your love alone. So hold to your life,
Like my holding.
hold into mine, running your time to the end of this crime for this love. Oh, oh. Ooh, ooh, oh.
And that was Heart of Silence. Amazing. Touches my soul.
When you need a dose of entertainment chatter or just a good laugh, be sure to check out Chick Chat on the Mesh. It's girls talking about stuff, well, girls want to talk about. Celebrities, gossip, fads, boys. It's kind of the guilty pleasure of the Mesh Network. Here's a little taste of what you can expect.
But you know what I always thought was really exciting? Is at the beginning of a new season when the montage would change and the people were like older or they had something new.
Like when you got new Becky on Roseanne.
Yes. That's an example.
Perfect example. You need to know. You can't just start shows and then new people are on there and you're thinking, what? I needed the montage.
What about on 90210? Okay, that 90210, it changed every season, you know?
did.
And then they had the beach summer one where like...
Where they worked at the country club?
Yes. You know, and the opening credits had them like wearing bikinis and stuff. And then another one would be like when they're just in that white room and on chairs that swivel around.
Right. Oh,
You know?
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So it's all...
Even Baywatch, when they changed lifeguards.
Absolutely.
They had new people running down the beach in red bikinis, but you knew they're a new lifeguard. I need to get invested in that.
So come have a listen to Chick Chat on themesh.tv. You know you want to.
So I don't want to beat in, Brooklyn, but I think it's so interesting to me, and never have been there. So I really want to know about. I see things about Pete's Candy Store on your Facebook page, and so how did you guys get into playing there and weren't you sort of like a regular for a little bit, or?
Yeah, we had a residency for the month of September, which we had a slot every Sunday night that we would play every week there.
So Pete, for those of you who don't know, Pete's Candy Store is it's a venue in Greenpoint, which is right by Bushwick in Williamsburg. It's right off the L train. The venue is actually a revamped trolley car in the back. I mean, there's a bar in the front and like kind of sliding doors that lead to a trolley car.
And there's a really awesome backyard too. It's sort of like a few little compartments of like
it feels
awesome there.
Yeah, three very cool worlds that sort of blend into each other in a nice way.
Yeah, but the old trolley car in the back that's like sort of become a stage has these old like vaudeville-y sort of lights around it, and it's like red and gold and very pretty and very old-fashioned-y, which is like perfect for
us.
what we do.
And it's a small space, and actually the soundboard and the lighting board are right by the stage. So like they have a sound guy, but he kind of like splits his time coming up and making adjustments and then going to the back of the trolley car.
There's also no candy.
No candy at
Don't be
Pete's Candy
fooled.
Store.
Except for alcoholic candy.
And sweet tunes, man.
Yeah.
They're
All
definitely
things
some
sweet like
tunes.
candy.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, we did an open mic night there probably last fall, and we were like, wow,
This is awesome.
what is this?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it took us a while to kind of get around to booking a show there. We did, I think, in July or August.
We
had
did.
a show.
I think it was June, honestly, June or July, something
Yeah.
like that. Was that a
Yeah.
there?
It was after 4th of July, I think.
Yeah.
In the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after, I mean, it just felt like the right space for what we're doing. So we emailed them and said, hey, like,
Take us
what can
back.
we-
Yeah.
what can we do here in the future? And they offered us a little residency. Residencies are really like a fun way, especially in New York City, if you get a place with like a regular crowd, like people that you don't have to bring in from outside. You don't have to bring as many friends. You can just get people that would normally come to the venue, and they kind of see your music, so it helps you spread your music.
Yes.
And-
And so what we did, we tried to do a new song every week, which was like really fun and challenging, and because we're 3 different people with 3 different schedules and
So it got
3
a
different
little
lives,
crazy.
and
But what was great about having the show at the end of the week for the whole month is like there was a deadline, and and we got it done. And I think that the songs that we created are some of our favorites from that week. Because it came from a real drive to show both our friends, old and new, like what we're gonna create next.
Yeah, and it was really cool to see like some of our friends and fans, like coming like 2 or 3 times like that month. Like it was really cool, and seeing something different and being able to give them something different, like as a thank you for supporting us so much.
Yeah,
you know?
That was also important, was the variety aspect of it. We kind of took it upon ourselves to do something to make each night a little bit different, not just with the new songs, but like one week we did a screening of a series of short films that we had composed music for and acted in, which was a lot of fun. We would try to do like little shenanigans, like during one of the songs in the last show, we got our hands on all these little LED glow rings, and so like we turned down all the lights for
and had everybody like
waving their glow
waving
rings
around.
Yes,
yeah.
Just things to
all of a sudden it was just like this like little mini universe in this train car, you know, with the blackness and all these neon flashing stars. It was very cool.
Yeah,
and everyone was so quiet, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
awesome. So where do you guys? Where can people find you?
Like a music Facebook page. Like if you just search Bandits on the Run, it's there. And we always post about our shows and videos and pictures and any sort of relevant news about banditry there. But we also have an Instagram and a Twitter.
And you can look us up very easily. We're Googleable. That's kind of our mark of notoriety. We're number one. Yeah, we can.
If you look up Bandits on the Run,
you'll find
we're
our
right there.
videos and our Facebook page.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube. Bandcamp is where you can get the album.
Okay.
The EP.
And we're working on like a big kid website, like a very official website with like everything.
It's gonna be banditsontheRun.nyc. We
have the domain, and we're building it right now. But yeah,
we will. I mean, we should probably say we're about to launch a Kickstarter for our full-length album. I think you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
But that's also kind of a social media platform, and
definitely.
It's going to be a fun way to connect with people, I think, and update people about what we're doing.
And our video is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
I think we're super excited about it because we did sort of like we used our characters in a way that made it almost like a short film.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's going to be cool. I'm excited.
There's lots of drama.
Yes,
so.
high drama. A lot of our friends that we've met along the way are in it, and it should be fun.
Very funny people. It's
Yeah.
going to be an amusing video.
Very cool. So other than that, are there any sort of big goals down the road that you're sort of wanting to pursue?
Well, definitely the full-length album, but I mean, this tour has been awe-inspiring, and we've made so many friends just rolling around. So, I mean, we really want to come down this way again in May, do a longer tour. This was really an experiment.
Yeah, I mean, we were only down here for like a little over a week, so it's been really eye-opening because we've never really played shows out of New York before, and we would love to keep doing that because we all want to travel and we all want to see other places, and this feels like a good way to do that. So.
We also around these characters, we're really interested in kind of drawing out the narrative. So, Clarissa, Regina, has been working on a radio show that takes you through the adventures of the bandits around the world.
It's actually really great.
Awesome. Literally around the world. And so we have hopes of getting that out soon. And then, I mean, and talking like furthermore, like down the line, like we would also really love to do a web series. Our universe that we've created with these characters and our music is very pliable and just sort of ripe for ideas and for collaborations. And so, I mean, the short of it for me in terms of the question of like, well, what do we want to do think we want to have a bandit empire, but like not a maniacal empire, but just a huge web of connections between like us and other artists and fans, and just for it to get bigger and bigger and bigger and sillier and sillier and sillier.
Like a parallel universe in which everyone is involved.
Yeah.
Like, or that everyone is also involved in.
Right.
Awesome.
You know, you can be a bandit too.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Just
she
I
is.
actually- I made-
Share your bandit name
I
with
made
the
my
world.
bandit name. Actually, what was really fun is that I hadn't even thought about. I haven't seen a band that I've seen live say, "Here, put your email and your name down on our little email list." I think that's very cool. So I did want to ask you about what kind of things you sent out in your email list, unless that's a secret.
Oh,
It's not a secret. We are quite proud of our email list. We send them out once a month, and they are telegraphs. They're monthly telegraphs about our shenanigans. And
they're sort of different every month, but they're all like written in our sort of bandit vernacular, and we all sort of take turns writing it in our certain styles.
One was a letter from Bonanza Jellyfish when she'd been kidnapped by renegade banana ranchers and taken out west.
Yeah.
One was an acceptance speech for a great for the award of American banditry or something.
Yeah, and
that was the 4th of July one.
One was like a telegraph from the future, from like somebody researching the bandits like 100 years from now, and like talking about them as if it was a history. Like during this month they did this.
So if you feel like never being bored, sign up for our email list. How can anyone listening sign up to get our monthly telegraph?
The simplest way is actually through our Facebook page. There's a little button that says sign up, just on our banner. You just click it and sign up.
And just sign up.
I'm
Just do it.
so excited that I signed up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you have so everyone make a bandit name or give their own bandit name.
It is encouraged. Yeah.
Mine is Cactus Kate now.
Love it.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So excited. My boyfriend actually thought of that one for me. It was much better than mine. I don't remember what mine was, but it wasn't as good. Well, I have had such a great time talking to you guys. I really hope
Likewise.
you get to come back, visit us again. Next time you're in this area, please, let's do something. Let's create.
Totally.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Bandits on the Run are going to finish us off with a song. And what's this one?
It's called Blue Heaven.
And it's actually one of the songs that we wrote while we were at Pete's Candy Store, so it's relatively new.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you too.
And thanks for sitting in.
Thank you.
This is Abigail with I'm with the Band on the Mesh. And here's Bandits on the Run with Blue Heaven.
Loving you, what's the point of holding on? All of the people soon will be gone. I hurt you and This one's for you. I know. Blue heaven, is black and blue heaven. All night and day the Lord gave me a way to spend my life loving you. Blue heaven, loving you is black and blue heaven. All night and day the Lord gave me a way to spend my life loving you. Blue heaven, one more time, black and blue heaven. Can you feel it? All night and day the Lord gave me a way to spend my life loving you. This one's for you. This one's for you. Blue heaven. This one's for you. Blue heaven. This one's for you. All right.
There we go.
Was it great?
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.